you done. When you're gone, girl, me miss it all. We both know that we need our space, baby. My mind wanna be alone, my heart wanna be your own. Can't live without you, no way. Every time I play tough and walk away, I find I need it to fill up this empty space. Oh baby, loneliness taking over me when you're gone now, darling. Loneliness every day. Loneliness taking over me when you're gone now, baby. Loneliness can't stay away. And I don't wanna be lonely. Don't wanna be la 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 la. I don't wanna be lonely either. When you call, man, I go like everything alright. Deep down, I know. There's a man, chronics reminding me, asking me kindly to give your thanks and praise. I said in everything, give Jah the thanks and praise. Just remember this in everything you do. Wherever you go, bring Jah along the way. I never stop my problem, just keep it moving. Roof overhead, food on your plate, but you still no want give thanks. There's a man, chronics reminding me, asking me kindly to give your thanks and praise.
Big sound, big sound, big sound.
I said in everything, give Jah the thanks and praise. Just remember this in everything you do. Wherever you go, bring Jah along the way. I never stop my problem, just keep it moving. Roof overhead, food on your plate, but you still no want give thanks. You still complaining, you just complaining. Your pocket stirring up, but it's never enough. You no want give thanks. You still complaining, you still complaining. And when they ask you how you doing, your reply is not too bad. I tell you your life would be greater if you gave thanks for what you have. And in everything, give God the thanks and praise.
You know it's a big bad mighty world star.
I carry you, Jaja, deep down in my soul. Always hold my hand, you know, Jaja, never let me go. I walk with you, Jaja, deep down in my soul. Always,
yeah.
And you know, Jaja, never let me go. Witness it, each and everywhere that I go. Still not left out the most high. I not left out the most high. I still a walk with the Savior.
Let's go.
Well, easy.
I carry you, Jaja, deep down in my soul. Always hold my hand, you know, Jaja, never let me go. I walk with you, Jaja, deep down in my soul. Always hold my hand, you know, Jaja, never let me go. I still a walk with the Savior, each and everywhere that I go. Still not left out the high, I not left out the most high. I walk with the Savior, each and everywhere that still not left King Tafari, I not left out the most high. Here's my hand, oh, could you walk with me? I'm alone. You talk with me. Yes, you are the reason me not. And you give me peace, now me heart all when me get rich and have three body. And I carry you, Jaja.
You know it's a big man, mighty world star.
Always hold my hand, you know, Jaja. Never let me go. I walk with you, Jaja. Deep down in my soul.
Say you're a world star.
Always hold my hand, you know, Jaja. Never let me go. I still a walk with the Savior. Each and everywhere that I go. Still not left out the most high. I not left out the most high. I still a walk with the Savior. Each and everywhere that I go. Still not left King. I not left out the most high. Here's my hand, Osha. Could you walk with me? I'm alone, Oja. Could you talk with me? You are the reason me not in the market. And you give me peace, now me heart all when me get rich and
Choo.
big yard and some big bad dog in me heart. And I still a walk with the Savior. Each and everywhere that I go. Still not left out the most high. I not left out the most high. I still a walk with the Savior. Each and everywhere that I go. Still not left King Tafari. I not left out the most high. On my way to school, carry Jaja with me. All in the classroom, carry Jaja with me. Oh, you mean? Hey. Boy, you never want me, forever burning. Can you see when the tables turn? Me say I love her, I preaching. So every land of hate will burn. I was there when the ships came and chastised in a Jesus' name. Wonder if me crazy, wonder if me sane. But the whole of Rome I go up in a
Choo.
I know nothing see me walk in a Roman star. Fire. And I know nothing.
Good evening, everyone. Good night. I hope you're all well. Mi Nuh Business. Oh, I'm so excited tonight. Carla, how about you?
Yes, excited.
Yes. Wani, what are you saying?
Yeah, man, ready.
Yeah. So tonight on Global Waves Media, some of you know us by Global Waves Saturday, we have a very special guest in the house. No other person, no other name by Lady Deborah. And tonight, this is an official interview by Lady Deborah. It will be myself and Carla that will be interviewing Lady Deborah. Yeah. AKA the therapist. Okay, I'm not going to give away too much at the moment, but give us a tune, Wani.
Let's go.
Yes, let's go.
I carry you, Jaja, deep down in my soul. Always hold my hand, you know, Jaja, never let me go. I walk with you, Jaja, deep down in my soul. Oh, you mean? Always hold my hand, you know, Jaja, never let me go. I still a walk with the Savior. Each and everywhere that I go. Still not left out the most high. I not left out the most high. I still a walk with the Savior. Each and everywhere that I go. Still not left King Tafari. I not left out the most high. Here's my hand, Osha. Could you walk with me? I'm alone, Oja. Could you talk with me? You are the reason me not in the market. And you give me peace, now me heart all when me get rich. And I'm 3 bodyguard and some big bad dog in me heart. And I still a walk with the Savior. Each and everywhere that I go. Still not left out the most high. I not left out the most high. I still a walk with the Savior. Each and everywhere that I go. Still not left King Tafari.
Yes. So for those of you who just joined us, this is the official interview, Lady Deborah, a.k.a. the therapist. And to my right, I have got no other DJ but one.
I say you're a world star.
well,
I love a girl, I'm no
World
star.
You got yourself World Star. It's a pleasure to have you on the platform this evening.
Yeah, man, big up yourself, Ella and Dax.
Yes.
I appreciate, you know what I mean?
No, enough respect to you. And also to my further right, standing next to the person who they should be standing next to, we have got Lady Carla. Carla.
Good evening, all and everyone. Good evening.
Yes, it's lovely to have you.
Thank you, thank you. Nice to be here.
The beautiful couple. So tonight is going to be relaxed, and not forgetting DJ Orthodox. He's doing his engineering in the background. Without no further ado, we are going to. I've been waiting for this for such a long time. I'm so excited. That's why my words is getting jumbled up. We are going to interview Lady Deborah. Okay.
Wow.
So how are you feeling?
I am glad to be here. Thank you so much for inviting me on your show. So really respect that. Thank you.
It's a real pleasure to have you. It's been a while. It's been a long time coming because we've spoke about getting you on the platform, on a Global Waves platform, and then because of time, we've been busy. You've been busy, but I always say nothing happens before the time. So once again, it is such a pleasure and a honor to have you on our platform.
Pleasure's all mine. Thank
Yeah.
you.
So, again, for those of us who have just joined us, we have Lady Deborah, a.k.a. the therapist. And why am I saying the therapist? Because for those of you who don't know, Lady Deborah is an author, writer,
Yes.
therapist,
Yes.
mother,
Yes.
yeah, and
counsellor.
And counsellor.
Yeah.
Any more to add to that? Such a beautiful lady. And also, we're going to be talking about her birthday party, which is coming up on Saturday the 15th.
Yes.
All right. And we will be endorsing that and discussing that. Mi Nuh Business.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's correct.
That's what it's called. And if anybody who knows Lady Deborah, that is definitely her. She doesn't business. Am I right?
100.
100%.
That's my slogan.
Yeah, Mi Nuh Business. Every time we go out, because you are well known. I'm sure a lot of people is watching tonight because we're global. Will say yes. I recognise that beautiful lady sitting on the sofa. So tell us a bit about your background. I mean, where did it all start? I mean, for you as a author and a writer, I've read your book.
Thank you.
I've read your book, and not because you're sitting there, I can genuinely say that when I read your book, I was stuck. I couldn't ask DJ Orthodox. I could not put the book down. I couldn't wait until the next chapter. Yeah. Tell us, where did this all start? Tell us about when you were growing up. Tell us about some of your life.
Yeah, I love reading from a very young age. Always loved books. One of the first books I read was Scruples by Judith Krantz. I was about 15 or 16. The book was literally so thick.
I remember that book.
And then I remember my best author after that was Daniel Steele.
Yeah.
I loved her books.
Yeah.
So I always loved reading. My mum, she used to like Meals on Beans. I could never understand.
Oh, God, I could never understand that.
Them books. It was just over too much
Romance
for me. Yes, definitely. So, yes, I read for a long time, and I always thought, one day, I'll write my own book.
Yeah.
So it's really weird. One day I picked up this book just about practicing little like writing styles. I just thought, let me just play about with it. The book actually sort of came into my hand. I was at my daughter's house. Yeah. And the book was sort of just there sitting on the carpet. And I thought, because she used to do a lot of writing herself.
So it's in the blood. It's in the family.
But she liked English and studied English literature. So for her, she had that book. And I thought, let me just play about with it.
Yeah.
But as I was playing about, just a story unfolded, and I thought, this sounds good. I'm just going to continue with this, and it was very therapeutic for me, and I enjoyed writing it.
Yes,
it took me maybe about 3 years to write my first book because it was on and off. But I have to admit, every time I went back to read the overall I literally would bust up laughing. And even though it is my own book, I just found it so hilarious. It was so it was funny, it was real, and tears at the same time, and what prompted me at the same time was I listened to a lot of women speak about having adult children
Yes.
and meeting men that weren't so deserving of them, I would say. And the children having problems and thinking, why are you with that man? He's a waste man. What's the point? And I thought, that sounds interesting. And then I listened to older adult children who spoke about their mother being with a waste man, and imagine my mum has to call a taxi for him and pay for it. And I thought, this is crazy. Now, what also came to me as a woman as well with adult children, you have to be very careful of who you pick up.
So true.
You know, because they're very judgmental, especially if you have a good relationship with them. And, you know, so it kind of all related. And so kind of how I blended this story kind of with some of my experience, but with made up experiences at the same time, which I knew were factual.
Yeah.
And
so fiction and non-fiction sort of
it
like
flowed,
entwined.
it did. That's what I done, Ella, and it flowed really
It
well.
worked. Yeah.
It worked really well, and it's a bit raunchy.
Yeah. Yes, definitely. Yeah, definitely.
You know, some people say it's you're writing about you, and I think, well, if it sounds so real that you think it's all me, I don't have a problem with
That's
that.
right.
I mean, not all of it is me, but I did base a character. The character is kind of based off myself in a sense, although the story is not all about me, and I kind of mixed up my children in it. So people who actually know me will actually say, I can pinpoint that child, that child, that child, kind of thing.
Yeah.
But it's good because as a writer, what you do, you take personalities that you know to make your book.
That's right.
So even some of the characters in my book, I just took people's personalities. It's not actually them. But I mean, I don't mind what people think as long as you enjoy the story. But a lot of the experiences in the book, actually, I did not have. So I did though. But yeah. But
That's all right.
it was fun to write, and I really enjoyed writing it. And so that's why that prompted me to write part 2, Make or Break. I wanted to end on it ended on a
with a
cliffhanger.
twist.
Twist with a cliffhanger. And so I'm glad I did that and asked for feedback, and the feedback was really
Positive.
good. Yeah, very positive.
I must admit, when I read it, and yes, the end is a twist. As I said, people, we're not going to say too much because we want you to go out and buy it. And yes, it is actually in Waterstones, believe it or not, and it's in W.H. Smith.
And on Amazon.
And it's on Amazon. And we're going to tell you, I'm going to ask Lady Deborah a little bit more coming to the end of the interview where we can get the book, where we can purchase the book, and she'll let us know in a little bit more detail.
Well, what I will say to you is also that I'm having a book launch on the 11th of July and at the Samoa Bar in Norbury.
Okay.
And it starts at 7 o'clock to 10 p.m. And you can come and actually purchase any of the books there with me on the day. And you have a welcome glass of Prosecco or red wine when you arrive. So if you want to support and come and buy your book, you can actually do it on that day. That's the 11th of July.
The 11th of July.
On Samoa Bar in Norbury.
All right.
Can we have a time, Lady Deborah?
Yes, 7 p.m. to 10 p.m.
Thank you.
That's a brilliant time. Are we going to take a break at this moment?
I say you're a world star. I love a girl and no star.
So big up the Global Wave family.
One big bottle girl, me a wipe on bacca. 2 bagger with some papers and
This Saturday,
get high.
practical Mi Nuh Business.
Build this place, burn it and push it in the sky.
I'll be sick.
We get high. We get high. We get high. Whoa.
Yes, yes, yes. We are back from that very, very short break. Lady Deborah, how are you feeling?
I'm feeling good.
Feeling
Good
good?
to be here. Thank you.
Yes, it is a pleasure. And for those of you who have just joined us, we have Lady Deborah, aka the therapist, on our Global Waves platform, where we're doing the official interview where Lady Deborah will be telling us about the book that she's written, and also she's going to tell us about her birthday event, which is coming up on June the 15th. This coming Saturday, Mi Nuh Business. Yeah. So we spoke about the background, inspiration. Where did that come from in terms of the book? Because you told us your bits about the book and whatever. What actually inspired you?
To actually write the book.
Yeah.
I think, as I said, it just kind of fell on paper. I know you always said to myself, I'll write a book, but I didn't actually know what I was going to write about or when. It just kind of happened, and that was that. And I thought, okay, well, let's do this. The thing about life is you can pick a time for anything, and it doesn't happen. When the time presents itself, you go with it, and I think that's what I did.
That's the right time.
That's the right time. Whenever you go with something that presents itself, it's the right time, because they always say God is the best of planners. So you plan, and your plan can just drop out, fall out the window.
That's right.
So yes, I'm very happy that it all sort of fell together, and I'm very proud of what I've done.
Yes.
So it's not easy. I have to admit, it's not easy to write a book at all.
No, not at all.
Because the thing about writing a book, especially if it takes a long time to write, is the energy that you start off writing a book. You've got to continue. If you pick up that book 3 months later, you've got to continue with that same energy. Whether you changing yourself or you think differently or whatever you feel, you've got to continue with that same energy. And there's sometimes things pop in your head and you just write down bits here and there. And and sometimes you do get stuck and you think, where do I go from here? And next time you just flow. And for me, there's certain chapters in this first book that I wrote that I really enjoy. And I think one of my favorite chapters is like the friendship group. Sandy has a wonderful friendship group, and they do kind of speak and tell you the truth. And so with the characters, one of them, she's more like a Christian. And the other one, she's the proper say it as it is and don't.
That's
business.
Lorraine, is it? I think, isn't it?
No, so that's Caroline, and I can't even remember the other person.
I think I remember Caroline.
And they're very good and they're very honest. And for me, I mean, I haven't got one of those friendship groups to be honest, but maybe I think I would have loved one of those friendship groups. It'd be nice too, because females, they're so
judgmental. We can be judgmental towards
bitchy,
each other.
Fake sometimes. And to have friends that are just can be constructive criticism, but love you regardless. I feel that that's a lovely friendship group. So I don't know where it came from, but maybe within myself, I would have loved to have a friendship group like that. So where two friends are really lovely people. Joan, that's it. Caroline
that's
and
it.
Joan.
Joan.
They're both really one. They're two different characters, and as you will see, that Caroline and Joan actually banter with each other. Sometimes you think, do they just get on because of Sandy? Honestly, but it's lovely how they get on well together, and you will see their relationship, how it develops even more. And the twist even more in Make or Break Part 2.
I can't wait to read that. I'm going to ask one more question, and I'm going to pass the wheel over to Carla. I've read the book, and from growing up, I was always a reader. We was talking earlier on, and anybody who likes to read, they will agree with me on this. The characters in those books were so dynamic. They were so well written. I felt like as if I had actually walked into that book.
Okay.
Yeah, I was the vibration of the book dragged me, took me into my imagination, went into the book, and I felt like as if like an out of body experience, like I was the fly on the wall and I was watching everything that was going on. And for me, who likes to read, that tells me that that book was well written.
Absolutely.
Because it was gripping. I think that's a good word.
Absolutely,
it was
yeah.
gripping, and that is what a excellent author or a good author is supposed to do.
Yes.
When somebody's reading, your imagination, and it was just actually amazing. I felt like as if I was touching the characters, like I could feel them.
Yeah.
I don't know if anybody understands that. So for me, that is amazing, and that speaks volumes. So we spoke about your inspiration. Okay, you told us how you wrote that. But so with what I'm saying is, how did you feel after writing the book, putting it down, and like the end? How was that feeling? I couldn't imagine that because I've never written a book.
It was a great thing. Before I answer that question, I just want to go back about the characters. I'm like you, a reader. You cannot write a book without being a reader. And I'm like you, when I read the book, I really go into the book,
Deep,
my imaginations of the characters, everything. So I go back to when I said that I liked my first author.
Yeah.
Danielle Steele. I remember one of her books I read was called Daddy. And I really, the description of the characters, everything. And when I saw the film, I was so disappointed.
It's never the same.
It's never. The only film book she wrote that was the same, kind of the same, was Jewels.
Yeah.
I have to admit. So going back with my character, as a reader, I wanted, like, as I would say, whenever I read the book, I hate the boring bits.
Yeah.
I don't.
You feel like you want to skip the pages.
Yes, I don't like when I read and I just have to read. And I wanted the reader of my book, anyone who read my book, to be captivated. I wanted them to it wanted to be a page turner. This is what I wanted for my book.
Definitely was.
So I took my time on writing and how I described everything, page by page. So, yeah, that's really what it is. So sorry to your question. What did you say?
Yeah, how did it feel? I mean,
at the end,
at the end, what I couldn't imagine what
the end is really a weird one because I did end differently at first, and someone read it and said something, and I thought, I love that.
The feedback.
So I went back to the book. And I thought, no, this is how I'm going to do the ending instead. Don't know where he felt that. Something I'd done in the characters. He just felt something about one of the characters. It just came out, and I thought, wow, why would you even pick that up?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I'm going to use that
And it worked.
for my next book, and know how I'm going to end differently. So, yeah. But it's good when you actually end your book. You don't understand. When you write a book, you read that book 100 times. Yeah. Or even more. You read and you read and you read your own book so much. It's
Did you feel that you was the worst judge or the judge, of your own, book? Did you judge yourself a lot in terms of,
You do, because you
criticism?
I think, because I think I enjoyed it so much because, as I said, even though I wrote it, I laughed so much in that book. So,
and the men were just popping up from nowhere, innit? But it worked. It worked because even at one stage, I was like, but Sandy, you've still got the Russ over there, and then, and the bit that got me, I don't want to say too much because I want people to go out and read it, was the bit when they all appeared at the door. I think it was 3 of them.
There was
two of them.
No, that part, that
bit got me.
That bit. This is that bit.
I felt like going. Well, I was already in the book, and I felt like saying, "Sandy, what are you gonna do? Hide in the cupboard." And you could kind of feel the characters of the Russ and I can't remember the other guy's name, but you could.
Oh, Teddy.
That's it. You could feel their vexation, you know what I mean? Like,
yes, totally agree with you, Ella. Not even to interject, but
no, you can take the wheel.
You
now,
took
Carla.
us on a sensory experience with this book.
That's a good way. That's a good way of
use of
describing it.
descriptive words and terminology. We were in the journey with you.
So true.
But I think everybody has to agree to that part. You're
Yeah.
very, very good at what you do.
Absolutely.
But I think the best question I can pose to you is, what advice do you have maybe for an upcoming author like yourself?
That's a good question.
Be a reader.
Right.
That's the best
Right.
advice I can give, is to be a reader.
Right.
You see, when you read a lot,
Yeah.
you know what books you like, you
True.
know what books you don't. You know how everyone's different. I like page turners, so that's how I wanted my book to be.
Yeah.
Some people may not like page turners as much. They might like to take their time in the way they read. Regardless if it's sort of boring or not, I still will finish read the book.
Yeah.
But the best advice I can give anyone is read.
True. True.
Be a reader, because then you will know how to deliver your book.
That's really good
That's
advice.
very good.
One to them.
And I must
Thank you.
admit, the sexual bits was, I mean, we're all adults, come on,
Right.
you
Yeah,
know.
yeah, yeah.
And it yeah, no, he was waiting for that. One to them. Yeah, we were coming to that, but you know, we was just climbing. Yeah, I remember when I was getting to the very sexual bits, you know, yes, those bits. And I'm laying in the bed, right, and I'm like, where's ducks? There was one bit that, Carla, come on, we're women, you know, and at one point I'm laying down reading and thinking,
Yes, it
Where
definitely
are the
was
ducks there?
exciting. Bring some excitement. But that's what it's about. I think we could all relate.
Well easy. Well easy.
didn't you call for
relate.
Worldstar? Didn't you call for Roger?
Did I call for you, Wani?
I don't know. I remember when she read the book and she talked about the part with the two man them there at the door. You know what I'm saying?
Honestly, it's true. I think that's probably one of me and Ella's favorite parts of the book, because really that was like, it was thrilling.
It was.
Your blood's boiling. You want to know. You need to know more at that point.
As a man.
Well, if me show up and another man show up, I go like a deliver, I come deliver.
Pizza. Postman, DPD, Royal Mail.
DHL. I felt it for Sandy though, you know. I was like,
I
Sandy.
need my life.
But do you think Sandy dealt with it quite well, Carla?
She did. I was surprised. I thought, I don't know what you're gonna do now, but she dealt with it very well. That's the thing. There's an air of class throughout the book, regardless of the raunchiness. I don't know how you done it, but you done it.
You
it's
did.
very good.
You did.
But I would like to know. I mean, we know that what parts, got us buzzing and excited us. What part of the book did you most enjoy writing?
Oh gosh, did I plug out this mic or is it?
No, we hear you loud and
Okay,
clear.
okay. As I said, I really loved the friendship group. I tell you which part I really loved. I loved the conversation she had with Teddy. I love when Teddy called her,
Yeah.
and while he was talking, she tried to interject. He put her in her place.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Sorry.
He put her in her place so well.
Yeah.
You know,
yeah.
and she just had to hold it. No matter what she wanted to say, she had to hold it. And I think I love that storyline. You know, some of the storylines I read and I thought, go girl.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah,
how
yeah.
did you come up with that one?
She really could hold her own. She was a strong character.
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah.
I do also think what saved Sandy, when I think about it, was her children.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Her children
Yes.
were a strong force, and no
Good
matter
relationship.
good relationship, but no matter how she wanted to maybe be a so-called baddie or whatever she wanted to do, her children made her know, like, what
Yeah.
do you think you're doing?
Yeah,
They
yeah.
were there to checkmate her all the way. So even when these two men turned out the door, Ras and Teddy, her children stood there watching her like, and what?
Like they were the
what,
parents.
What
yeah.
are you going to do? Yeah, who do you think you're going to invite into the house
Yeah.
today? And so she kind of had to look at them and think, okay,
Yeah.
you know, I played the child right now. So she had to say what, but she felt so hurt because, you know, I think what I tried to convey here is, as a woman, you know, you could really love someone although they're not right for you. And she did love the rest very much. And but she knew that she could not be with him.
Yes.
And their children made it clear you could not be with him. And she knew they, and I think what it is, she respected her children.
She did, yeah.
You know, as a woman, she could have done what she wanted, but she respected her children. And she loved to respect her children that for her, and she didn't want to destroy that.
That's right.
So she had to be cautious in the way she handled the whole situation.
And I think that's a good message for, because I think with us as women, we do, some of us, we do kind of do that reflective practice thing where we look and think, is what I'm doing, is it right?
Yes, absolutely.
You know,
yes.
I'm probably the worst mother in the world, you know, but it's okay to make mistakes, isn't it?
Absolutely.
Because you're only human, you know.
Absolutely. And that's what I like about Deborah. I think the book was very bold and brave because your star character, as strong as she was, you allowed her to have vulnerabilities.
That's right.
And that makes her so much more relatable to the everyday woman.
Yeah.
You know, we're all going through trials, tribulations, obstacles within relationships and the family life. And it was very apparent in your storybook.
It's so true. So true. I agree with that, Carla.
Very relatable.
Yeah. And down to earth.
Yes, absolutely.
They say the sun and I shine for all. But I hear some people word, you never shine at all. These roads of flames are catching a fire. Showed you I love you, you called me a liar. Oh no, 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 no. Baby, tell me where you gone.
Big sound. Say you're a world star.
You know it's a big man, man, you world star.
No star.
But I hear some people word, you never shine at all. These roads of flames are catching a fire.
Up is set. Yeah, man, do you remember this coming Saturday?
Oh no,
Party called Mi Nuh Business.
baby, tell me where you gone. I've been feeling for your love so long. We can trace that in the moonlight. Baby, if you with me, better do right. And I've been gone too long, and I'm hoping that you sing my song.
So big up Global Wave family. Yeah, man, do you remember Global Wave Sunday? Every Sunday.
These roads of flames are catching
At Silk.
fire.
You know what I mean?
Showed you I love you, you called me a liar. Give God the thanks and praises. I've been on my own.
Yeah, chillin'.
We ain't never left alone.
We there same way.
And if I'm telling you the feeling is wrong, relax a little, friend, this won't take too long. And when you're feeling alone, you can call my phone. Is there a better way to go? Teach them something before they lose the song. No. Freedom is the
Lights are shining bright. My friends are in the club. We'll go all night. I see you in the back. The mood is right. If I just had
Everyone, so welcome back to the official interview of Lady Deborah, aka the therapist. Yes, we have been having such a fun time. And are you okay?
I'm good. I'm
Yes,
good.
yes.
Thank you.
So Lady Deborah's been telling us about the book, The Therapist. I'm going to just read a couple of bits, on the back cover. These are some of the critiques, we would say, people's feelings who's read it. The book is saucy with many plots and twists, which is so true. It keeps the reader on edge in a fiery relationship drama. Definitely a page turner. Obsessed, this novel is both seductive and riveting. 'Tis true. The story of Sandy is one which captivates the reader's attention, taking us on a what's that bit there? I should have put my glasses on. Mrs. Magoo. Voyage. Yeah. Of love and lust. Yeah. We were talking about that earlier on. Yeah, there's a lot of lust there and a lot of love there. Yeah. So how do you choose between free men and still be true to yourself? And how can you learn to take the advice you normally dish out to others? Yeah, so that's just at the book. I want you all to go out there, okay, and I want you to buy this book. Then if you can see, yeah, that camera. You can get this book in Amazon, okay. You can get it at Double X Smith, Waterstones,
yes.
And I believe it's $8.99.
Yes.
Yeah. See? Yeah. Manageable.
Yeah.
Okay. That's a good price.
Yeah. Thank you.
And I'm telling you, it's $8.99, but I'm telling everyone that's listening tonight, you will not be disappointed. The signed copy. Yeah, I'm going to talk about the launch as well. But like we said earlier on, read this with caution. Yeah? Make sure your partners never... I ain't going to say anymore. Put the children to bed, yeah? All right? Yeah, it's one of those, oh, child. Yeah, moments. Yeah.
Can I say, I think my favourite character, I don't know what you think, Ella.
Yeah.
I do like Sandy.
I like
Regardless
Sandy.
of her sometimes not making the right decision.
Mm-hmm.
I do like Sandy because
Yeah.
I can understand Sandy. I can relate to her. I've been Sandy at many periods in my life.
I think we've all experienced a piece of Sandy.
I don't know who your favourite is. I would like to hear who your favourite is, and I would like to hear who Lady Deborah's favourite character is as well.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. So I do agree with you. I like Sandy because I found her to be a strong woman. Mm-hmm. Okay, when you read it, obviously you'll know that this is a woman of colour.
Absolutely.
It's got nothing to do with racism. Yeah.
Yes.
But Sandy is a woman of colour. Okay, she's from a Caribbean background, Jamaican. However, the experience that she's had is every woman, no matter what colour.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Would you agree, Deborah?
I
Every
totally
woman, no matter
agree.
what colour or what colour or creed, you
Yes.
will have experienced this.
We all go through
yeah,
it. Yes.
you'll all go through it. But Sandy definitely was my best
Absolutely.
character.
Yes.
Yeah.
Lady Deborah, who's
Who was
I
yours?
do love Sandy, but I tell you what, I do love Joan.
Joan's she was
Joan
the church.
is just, she's not.
She was the
church
funny. She was
one.
kind of
She's-
sense of humour.
She's
Yeah,
very
kinda
sensitive
cheeky.
and she's very. She just says it as
Real.
it is. She's real. She don't business.
Yeah.
You know, she just tells you anything she wants to say, and she's just so straightforward. And so I do love Joan.
Yeah,
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, now that you said it, I do remember. And also, one of your daughters, it was sort of like your daughter, but she was very much like the
Sandy's
your mother.
daughter.
Yeah, Sandy's. Yeah, sorry, Sandy's. So I have to get that bit because it was so real. So Sandy's got a daughter, and I've looked at her, and she kind of reminds me of my eldest daughter, Chantel, the same type of character.
It's just relatable, isn't
Yeah,
it?
yeah. And also one of Sandy's son, the one that's always coming looking for food. What's for dinner, Mum?
Is that Cammy?
I don't know if I don't know if you like Cammy. That Cammy is a feisty one.
Yeah.
You know, so yeah, but she's got one of her sons. He's always just interested in playing his games or looking
Yes,
for
yes,
food. That
yeah,
one.
yeah. That's the one there. Which
Yeah.
again, it's you're gonna always in the family find a Cammy, isn't you? There's always you know, a son like that. So, Carla, do you have any more questions?
Yes. I think, I don't know. Me personally, I'm just very proud of you. I'm so proud
Thank
of you.
you.
Yep. Agreed.
Everything, like emotionally
Absolutely.
proud of you. But putting that aside, making these individual characters now and then sticking to these individual personalities throughout the story and how they relate, and they don't really, you know, really exist, and how you keep creating situations for them.
Yeah,
Did you
yeah.
find that challenging at all? Because you've done it very well.
I'm going
So
to tell
well.
you something. Book 2, you will really know them.
Okay.
You think you know these characters now. I'm telling you, in book 2, I've done like where how I've written book 2 very different from book 1.
Yeah.
So you've got sort of like, I've done it where you've got 3 different characters in there that you will actually know them for who they are.
Wow.
But one of them is the eldest sibling, Sophia. And Sophia's got her own chapters in the book as well.
Okay, that's going to be
And
good.
Sophia, you will get to know the siblings and how they relate to each other, the dynamics between the siblings through Sophia. So that will be interesting. But yeah, I think that's what I'm saying. How you start a book, you kind of got to just end on that book, you know, and the characters. But what I wanted to show really with these siblings and with the characters is how hard it is as a mother with children, the challenges you have being a mom. Because remember, Sandy is a professional. You
That's
know,
right, yeah.
So she and her friends are all professional. And she owns her own house. You know, and
the role model.
She makes very good money. And, you know, and she sees clients in her home. She has her own office. So she's done very well for herself, as you say, as someone as a single mother who's achieved. But her problem is getting the right partner. So that's really what it is. And you will find a lot of women who are very professional finding it very difficult to meet a good man. And, you know, and this is real life.
Why do you think that is? I mean, just going to throw that question out there. And we hear that quite a bit, where professional women, is that a known fact, where professional women tend to find it very difficult to find that partner?
I think you've got a couple type of men. I've been thinking about this. So you've got a woman that is doing very well for herself. And you will have a man that would like that because he has nothing. Not being rude, sorry, there. But
that's reality.
He doesn't have anything. And he likes the fact that she has her own car so he can drive it. He likes the fact that she has her own money so he can spend it. He likes the fact that she has her own house, that she's put everything together so he doesn't have to help her buy anything. And he can actually live off her. And he can be everywhere behind her, like it's him. She makes him, to be honest. And he can boast and feel good about being with this woman. Yet still, he will not appreciate her. He will still cheat on her because men need to have someone that they can feel empowered with. And that person has to be less than them. So he would take from the woman who has more and give it to some woman who most probably doesn't live very well and doesn't have much, so that he can feel like he's doing something to feel empowered as a man. Then you have the next type of man who will most probably be with her, but a woman that has money, but there's a lot of insecurities about him. So there's competition. You know, if she has a lot, he's got to show, well, I've got this and I've got that. And can he really relax in such a relationship? So it takes a man that has his own and is very confident with what he has and just want to be there as a support person in a nice relationship that can deal with a woman that has her own. And to be honest with you, there's not a lot of men like that. Men who are usually like that are married. There's not a lot of single men out there who's like that. And the men who are single are bitter. Because them and their partner has broken up and they don't want to trust anyone no more, and they've always got something negative to say. So it's very difficult to find a man that just stand his own, confident, and is just really loving and relaxed.
True. Yeah.
And so it's hard. It's very difficult.
Yeah, that's two of the characters in that book. And then there was the one who took Sandy out for dinner.
Yes,
That was the third one, wasn't it?
Yes, that was Sean.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sean.
Well, you're going to see a lot more about Sean.
I kind of gathered that when I read that part, that there was something dark and secretive about him. It wasn't all.
Did you pick that up?
I picked that up, yeah, because he was too nice. He was too nice, so you kind of think, something's not quite right.
Yeah.
Like there's a dark secret.
Well, it makes sense, I think, that you went on to do a book 2 because the book 1 was so good.
It was.
It could never satisfy us fully.
It wasn't.
We needed more.
We needed more.
So we do appreciate there's a book 2.
Yeah.
Maybe if you can give us a little short synopsis on a book
Book
2, so we can see what's to come.
Well, if you notice with in part of the first book, Sandy speaks about having a barbecue.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, and she decides that she's having this barbecue, and she would want to invite Sean because she hasn't invited the man around for a while. There's a twist. And what you will find out also in book 2, you will find out a lot of the background of Sandy.
Okay.
You know, you're going to find out a bit more about her and her background, where she's coming from, her relationship with her first husband, her children's father, what made her be how she is.
Yeah.
You know, in book 1, and there's a big twist in it.
Yeah.
With Sandy. Sandy in book 2 goes through an emotional journey.
Right.
Yeah, I would say that's
So it's like a story that's been told backwards in a sense, with book 2.
Yes,
and then
I
book
think
1.
I think in a sense, I think it's better because you find out a lot because
More,
things happen. So she sort of you know, you're able to know where, you know, her ways, the way she thinks or feels, where it comes from, a mistrust in
From the
men,
beginning,
I would say. You have to understand that with a lot of women, when they've really been hurt and they don't have trust, they go through relationships that they know are not going to work.
Yeah.
But they know it's not going to work, so it's okay. You know, and they will mess about and hope it's work. It's a psychological thing.
Yes, yeah.
You know it's not going to work. You hope it works, but you know what you're getting into.
Yeah.
So if you get hurt, it's okay.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
I kind of knew I was going to get hurt anyway, although I don't want to get hurt. So
There's no risk assessment.
There's no risk assessment, or there's nothing. But when now, you know, you meet a man that is supposed to be that so-called man, this is where it gets hard, because if you get into that means your emotions got to get tied with you.
That's correct.
And that there's a fear of being hurt. So it's really weird. It's like, do you want to go in a relationship? Because you will find a lot of women that will say, oh, I want a really nice man, I want a good relationship. That man comes along and they are so scared they would do anything to sabotage the relationship because they just think it's going to go bad anyway. So what's the point? So it's kind of like that. I wouldn't, you know, for Sandy to open up and trust this person. So that's the most I say, because I don't really want to give a lot away. I would say there's a big twist there.
Yes.
And you will learn a lot more about Sandy and the children and the dynamics between them, and a lot more about Sean.
That's right. In Make or Break.
Yeah, there's a lot more about Sean.
How long did it take between, you see, with the 2 books, you wrote the first book, The Therapist. How long did it take for you? What was the gap?
I think
time
about a year gap.
Yeah, that's not bad.
Yeah, I think I'd done a year gap. When I
really
wrote
good.
The Therapist, I think I started The Therapist just before COVID, and I finished it in COVID. Well, what could else could you do?
What else could you do? Yeah.
You know, I'll be honest, everybody wrote a book at that point.
I'm telling you.
You know. But part 2, it took me a bit less, maybe 2 years to write, 1.5, 2 years to write part 2. So yeah.
Carla?
Yeah, I think it's important to mention that although this platform is majority females, and we know one is here, but majority females, the book is for both genders.
Yeah.
A lot of males are reading the book and appreciating it and enjoying the book too. It's not just for women. It's not just from a woman's standpoint only. Men enjoy this book too. I just think it's important to mention that.
Yeah.
And also, just to commend you again for the fact that we do have a lot of books. I've seen, I mean, I walk through Waterstones and you see there's other black authors that do write books for black people. However, a lot of them seem to be very, not to put anyone down, but we've got a lot of stereotypical hood orientated and
gunshot.
They
and all
think
of that.
that's the only way to maybe relate to a black person. I want to commend you for using black characters in such a way that is positive for other black people, because it's realistic too.
That's right.
You know, in the world we have all different status of people. So that's what I think makes this book, not only is it not gender biased, it's not racially biased either.
That's right.
And just to put that out there, it's for everybody.
Well
And well
said.
done for creating a book like that, because we don't get a lot of that here.
Thank you.
That was missing, I think. You filled a gap
Absolutely.
No,
Absolutely.
thank you.
Wani, got anything to say? Anything to say?
Get the book.
Whoa, yeah.
Get
What
it.
more can you say?
It's true.
Yeah.
Get it now. You would
Get the
definitely
book.
enjoy it. Get the first book. The second book sounds like everything that maybe we were yearning for. You satisfied us.
Yeah.
Is that fair to say we're satisfied in the second, or is there a third sequel?
No. I love the way you end. You know, the real is funny. I knew how the second book was going to start, and I knew how it was going to end. I did not know what I was going to do in the middle.
Right.
I just
Okay.
knew my twist. And that's, apart from that, it was done. I literally had to really, be creative for the whole rest.
Yeah.
Well, you've done very well. And also, a woman like you have many layers. You know, you involved in many different things. You're a very busy person. So to be able to, I don't know, it may have been challenging. Maybe you can tell us a bit more, to really create these books with all the things you've got to do and all your responsibilities, your duties, you being a woman,
A mother.
and a mother, and all the other things you are. Finding the time to dedicate to this book. Can you tell us maybe a bit more about that?
Yeah, it's a good question.
It's a lot. Do you know it? I'm just a bit much as a mother. I'll be honest with you, because I haven't really got children. I've got adults.
Yeah.
Right.
You know. But sometimes my twins. I've got twins, and they've got a health condition.
Yeah.
So sometimes, depending on what's going on with one of them, I would have to deal with that, hospital and all sort. But apart from that, it's just, maybe I'm just too over-tidy, too over-clean, always thinking about the house, do this with the house, that with the house, cooking food. I really put more on myself than I need to. But I think as time's gone on, I like to more dedicate myself and my book. But it's a lot as well. Sometimes when I sit down to write my book, because I work online as well, with guidance and counselling, and it could be time, as I always say, why as soon as I go to write my book, my phone rings, literally.
Typical.
And I have to be giving guidance. But it's work, I'm getting paid, okay.
Yeah.
But so I do want to just find a time, which I'm going to do, where I'm saying, today, like, I'm not working, today is just dedicated for my book. Because I know if I took sort of like a couple hours every day to do my book, I'm on my third book now, to be honest.
Well done. Wow.
Yeah. It's not a secret.
That
to
is
this.
amazing.
Thank you. Yeah.
That is lovely.
Yeah.
That is so lovely. I'm standing here actually, and I'm looking at you, and listening to what you just said, that was a good question. Because I was going to ask something similar. How do you do it? Because, being, a businesswoman, you're self-employed and, having your family, there's a lot going on.
It is a lot going on. It really is. And that's why you have to be commended. As for the book launch on the
11th of July, yes. At Simona Wine Bar in Norbury.
Yes, from
7 p.m. to 10 p.m.
Yes. What can we expect at that event?
Okay, so what it is, I said to a lot of people, who they've messaged me. I said, look, just as long as you've read the first book, you can buy the second book at the launch because you may have questions to ask me.
Yes.
So when you come in, you're first greeted with a glass of Prosecco or red wine.
Nice.
And I'm also going to do a raffle. First, second, and third prize, and you can get I think I said free raffle tickets like for £5, something like that.
Nice.
And it's nice for gifts as well. And it's just time for when you can ask questions about the book, and I can maybe read something from my book, and both books actually for the audience. So that's really, and it's just a time to talk. And I do book signing as well. Yeah,
it'd be good for people to, get to meet the author as well. For those of you who've not met, those are the people who haven't met you.
Yeah.
So
absolutely, because it's just the opportunity to meet and greet the author, because you'll have a beautiful personality. You obviously have a lot of not only creativity but wisdom within life experience. It definitely comes across in the book how you're able to create these characters, scenarios out of thin air. It's amazing. So I think it'd be a great honor to be at that event.
We'll be there.
Really strange, because this third book is so different opposite to these two books.
The 11th of July. Yeah, we've got an event in the morning, but it will not affect that, because we will leave from there and then go. We've got a funeral to attend, so we will definitely be there afterwards.
Oh, right. Yes, because you're from what time?
7 p.m. to 10 p.m.
Oh, no, that will finish by then. Yeah. Yes. So we're taking a quick break. We'll be back with you.
Say you're a real star. I love a girl, no star. Bush
Yeah, man, do remember this coming Saturday? Lady Deborah, birthday party. Call Me Nuh Business. Me there, I'm in a business myself.
I don't business with them, bro. I've my own ratchet life for pencil.
Trouble in the building, So they better play right.
But that's why everybody knows, say, yo.
Kaboom! Prince!
Truly appreciate
that. Big mighty world star.
See, for the pagans, them. I don't business with them, bro. I've my own ratchet life for pencil. Land lease on me, I go get the fence round. Drop a canteen.
Yeah, but do you remember this coming Sunday? Global Sunday.
I put a truck on the road and went out. I broke tell the beggars to me spend down. Asia good when the bush lads step down.
So what me do?
I said so over I dog them name free. True contribution to NHD. So me can qualify for your loan. You
big about the dog, sir, Ella.
Just a home. My plan serve as A, B, and C. My granny old shop turn Airbnb. Foundation said grandbabies can feast. Make money while me sleep.
Call up, big up, you know.
I'ma do it, me go build up.
Yeah. But I mean. Yeah. But I mean.
Children them to take care of. Yeah, man, this coming Saturday. People have ever got your ticket, get your ticket ASAP. So we have a book, you know, to limit some people.
No business with them, bro. I've my own ratchet life for pencil. Land lease.
Party Call Me Nuh Business. This coming Saturday.
Money makes sense, though.
Holy event.
Car ends out. I put a truck on the road and went down. I broke tell the beggars to me spend down. Asia good when the bush lads step.
Global Wave family, big up.
I said so over I dog them name free. True contribution to NHD. So me can qualify for your loan. Use that money and purchase a home. My plan serve as A, B, and C. My granny old shop turn Airbnb. Foundation said grandbabies can feast. Make money while me sleep. Now me show you how me do it. Me go build a full book.
Yeah, chill
I can kill and burn some gold too. Yeah. Go to ocean, go take a loan now. To put a vaccine on the road.
I catch feelings, man, I catch flight. Wasting long days, sleepless night. Watch out for profile on them device. My advice is to try and get a life.
Yes, everyone, welcome back after that very short break. Yeah. So we have been. We've been having a lovely time. We're here. We are honoured to have Lady Deborah once again on the Global Ways platform, who we are feeling so good to know that we've been able to interview Lady Deborah, aka the therapist. Yes, yeah. So Lady Deborah has been able to tell us about the background of the book, how she was inspired, and also her second book, which is Make or Break. Okay, so we want you to go out there. We want you to buy it. We told you the places where you can get it, but I'm going to say it again. Amazon is $8.99. 88 Smith, Waterstones. All right. And I must say, if you you could also give us a call on the Global Ways platform, 07544 507237. That's 07544 507237. And if you give us a call, then we can point you in the right direction, all right? Because obviously Lady Deborah is good friends of ours, and we can say, Deborah, we got a phone call. Somebody called us on the Global Ways platform. So so it's been a pleasure, as I've been saying, to have you on this platform to speak about your book. It's a
pleasure to be here.
Yeah, and we just, for me, and I know for Carla, I know for all of us in the room, we are so inspired.
Absolutely.
Yeah, by you. I don't know if you've got anything more to say, Carla, any more questions?
Yes, book number 3 has been mentioned a few times. However, on the display behind you, we see 2 books. Mm-hmm. When do you think we might see book number 3 released?
Definitely by next year. So a little bit what that book is about. My father died last year.
Okay, condolences.
And I didn't have a relationship with him as much as I would have liked to, due to who he was married to. Yeah. So that's kind of what it's about. That title of that book is "I Wish I Could Have Loved My Dad." My father, but he married a witch. I would have said bitch, but I said witch. So
that's fair enough. That one works.
Understandable.
Yeah. You're just being truthful, isn't it?
It's really what it's about. But it's kind of a weird one, because you can't just write about your feelings, really. Mm-hmm. That's what people have to understand with writing. I can't just say, oh, this happened and that happened. Yeah. And when I started the book, it's the way I started the book, I realized, oh my gosh, I'd done the prologue. Mm-hmm. Because I had to kind of start after I wrote that chapter 1. So it's written so much differently. Yeah. From these 2 books. But I it kind of goes back and forth in a sense. It goes from past to present, past to present kind of thing.
Yeah. I like those type of
that's the way. And I'll be honest, I didn't even plan it. It weren't something I knew I wanted to write a 3rd book. I didn't know what, but the events that took place after my father died,
I just said,
I'm going to write about this, but it's not as simple.
Yeah.
You can't just let your emotions go with you when you write a book. No one will read it.
Yeah.
Everyone says, oh, I want to write a book about my life, but people
It's not easy.
It's not easy. You can't just write about your life and think people's going to want to read it. You've got to write in a way that it's captivating and understood and interesting. So you have to think about how you put the book together at the same time.
Yeah. So, one of the questions that I'd quickly want to ask before we come to a close is there going to be a movie? I remember when I used to always read Flowers in the Attic. I read all of Virginia Andrews. Not a lot of you might not know Virginia Andrews, but when I was a teenager, I read all of her books. Yeah, the Petals, Virginia Andrews. And I always wished back then that there was a movie. And like you said, a few years after, a movie came out, but it was nothing like the book.
Yeah.
So can we
you
be
know,
blessed with a movie?
I do really want a movie. The way, if you see how I've written the book, is, and with the characters, I mean, I would want to choose the characters as well, because I know how my characters to look. But I have wrote it. A lot of people have said to me, you can make a movie from it.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I've written it with the idea of a movie being made from the book. So yes, definitely, that is in the making.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah.
Carla?
Definitely, yes. The first book, The Therapist, I have the genre singled down to being raunchy drama. Would you agree?
Yes.
And the second book, is the same genre?
Yeah, it is raunchy drama, but I think it's more drama.
In a second.
Than raunchy. There is raunchiness in it,
What a
definitely. Not as much as the first, but there is raunchiness in the book, definitely. But it's more a lot of the drama. But because because you already know Sandy. So you don't need as much raunchiness as you're more interested in where does she go from here. So yes.
Yeah, did you hear what I just said? I said, oh, what a shame.
I know. But there is raunchiness.
No, never mind.
There's a bit more deeper raunchiness actually in it than I actually did put in the first one. That you would think, oh my gosh. So yeah.
Well done.
I know it's going to be good.
I would like to. Did you surprise yourself with your capabilities in this sensory journey that you put us through with your story? Did you know you had this skill? Were you confident about it?
I think I'm naturally raunchy anyway. So, when I put it on paper, I don't think I surprised myself. I think it is me.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think it is me. I'm not gonna lie.
And it's I love the way in the story, the way that it was. How can I put it? It was very descriptive.
Highly. That's why I said we're on a sensory
descriptive.
journey.
Yeah.
Very good. But
no, I think the book is more highly descriptive than I would have most probably want to be with people. But it was okay putting it in the book.
Yes. I'm glad we got to explore that side of you. And then the talk of possibly becoming a movie.
Yeah.
I see why that is a possibility that we would enjoy because of the sensory experience. It's so descriptive. I feel like I've seen the movie.
It's true. It's true. It's true.
Like you were a fly on the wall and you saw it all happening.
Yeah,
it feels very real. It doesn't feel like a fictional story. It's very realistic.
But do you notice with the different, I think in the book, she shows you she slept with about 3 different men.
Yeah.
But how each of these different men are different sexually.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Plus, she helped herself when the men wasn't there.
One to them.
She helped herself.
Realistic.
Yeah, she
relatable, realistic.
She served herself.
There we go. Says it all there.
Yeah.
Would you like to see these books become a movie?
Oh, definitely, 100%.
You would sell the story.
Yeah.
Putting it out there, she would sell the story.
She would sell the story
to be a movie.
Yes.
So if there's anyone listening, all right,
producers,
sell the story. We are global. Yeah. It has been, as I keep saying, because it has been a pleasure, and I've been repeating myself, it's been a pleasure to have you on the Global Waves platform. And anybody that's listening, I really, really encourage you to go and buy the book, okay? Come to the launch, which will be held at the...
Simono.
The Simona.
It's like a bar and restaurant in Norbury.
Yeah.
Can you perhaps spell that word?
SOMONO.
Okay,
right.
Simono
Yeah.
Bar in Norbury, and that's the 11th of July from 7 o'clock to 10 p.m. But what we'll do, myself and DJ Orthodox, we'll get a bit more information from Lady Deborah, so that's
But you've got
leading
it
up.
on the it's written, it's there.
Oh, it's there.
It's
okay.
there.
We will endorse it over the next couple of weeks, yeah?
Yes, and
Every
we'll all
Saturday.
be present there too to support.
Yes, we will.
And I want to say thank you for inviting me on. Yes, I'm excited because of my dance.
Yes.
Saturday, Mi Nuh
Yes.
Business.
Yeah, we're going to talk
yes.
about
Yes,
that.
on Saturday. Please come support the things. Actually, it's my birthday.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so
I
it's
think
my
that's what makes it
birthday
special,
dance.
isn't it?
Absolutely.
Yeah, so it's definitely my first dance is special to me, and I know it's gonna have. I love dancing, so I
Yes.
don't want boring people.
Yes.
I don't want people who come out and watch
Yeah.
Yes.
and just stare. I want people to come out and who want to
And
dance,
dance, yeah.
have
Yes.
fun.
Yes.
Also, I've made it a big point, which is very sad.
Yeah.
But I had to make a big point about the dress wear. 'cause
Oh,
people
no,
don't know
it's
how to
important.
dress nowhere. People don't dress anymore. It's
Okay.
really sad that when I grew up,
Yeah.
you had to dress. You went, we had 4 different types of clothes. When you came from school, indoor clothes,
Yeah.
playing out clothes,
Yeah.
church clothes and party clothes.
I remember that.
Okay.
And you might have 2 of each.
Yeah,
We didn't have
yeah.
a lot, but we all looked good.
Yeah.
Now it's tramp. I'm sorry, I'm saying it as it is. No one knows how to dress. It's clothes that you wear to the market that you want to go dancing now.
Some of them even
And
wear their indoor clothes.
yeah, and there's no,
Rip up.
there's no shame, and people have to always express on their dance. Please dress up. Please dress up. We shouldn't have to, especially as a black community. We've
True,
grown
true.
with knowing how to dress.
Yeah.
It
yeah.
was a standard. When
Yeah.
I was young, if I went Brixton Market with my grandma, you had to dress up.
Of course.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was a standard to look good. Now and I was thinking about this today, and I think it started from the 90s children.
Okay.
Everyone else knew how to dress. The 90s children had to learn how to dress, and now the adults think that they're 90s children and they're 30s, 40s, and 50s, and they think they're 90s.
Yeah.
And they don't know how to dress anymore. And
One to them.
I've
One to
had
them.
to express
One
it,
to
but
them.
my security is tight. If you're coming in hoodies or tracksuit, you're
It's
not going to
gonna
get
work.
in.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So can we just start? Are trainers allowed?
Trainers are allowed because
Wear nice trainers though.
Nice
that's
nice
natural
trainers
clothes, not the
and
crappy
clean
ones
trainers.
that you run around in playing
Yeah.
football in
That's
the dirt.
right.
But look good and come out to enjoy yourself. That's
Yeah,
what I want.
and ladies, wanna put on something on the comfortable on the foot, cause I go wild all night.
Wow.
Yes.
Yeah.
Wild
'cause
out,
we've got-
wild out.
Right,
Yeah,
that's
because
what
we
we're
have-
gonna do. We're gonna wild out. Dance
Yeah.
is gonna be lit.
Yes.
No one here to watch nobody. Just
Yes.
dance and enjoy yourself. Because I'm so tired of the watching people.
Of
true, that, yeah,
boring
so
and
true.
Just watch all the time. Enjoy, dance, have fun. That's what
Yeah.
it's about.
Yeah, man, remember this coming Saturday, party called Mi Nuh Business.
Yes.
So, big up the Global Wave family, Orthodox
Thank you
Ella,
for
big up on
inviting
yourself.
me. Yes.
Yeah, and
Thank
remember, just very quickly, I know we're coming to the end. I've said that about 10 times actually, but
Okay.
yeah, we are coming to the end. Tickets are £10.
Yeah.
All right,
Yes.
Right
but it's
now.
more at the door.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Contact any World Star lady to get a ticket.
yeah.
Yes.
Or Global Waves platform 07544 507 237 07544 507 237, and we will point you in the right direction.
Thank you.
Yeah, leave a voice note or message, and we will get in touch with Lady Deborah and somebody from the Wellstar family. Well,
Yes.
Carla.
Yeah, you know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, man, this coming Saturday, party called Mi Nuh Business. So, people, yeah, it's gonna be a blast.
Yeah. And please support Lady Deborah, because one thing with Lady Deborah and the Wellstar family, as you can see them here, I'm going to say this before we close, they always support people. Isn't that true, DJ Orthodox? You always support people. You're great supporters. So please come and support Lady Deborah.
Yeah, man, this coming shot to the party called Mi Nuh Business.
Go on with it, go on with it.
Yeah, tell you.
Ghost, yeah. So we are coming here with a force, yeah. Blessings we are
It's not a hype party, you just come and enjoy yourself.
Oh, in a rise and boast.
Get your ticket, get your
So we
ticket.
give thanks
most. We have to give thanks that we really supposed to be thankful. Can't ball in a life, man.
This coming Saturday, Lady Deborah birthday party called Mi Nuh Business. You know the mad sound in the building, right?
Are you kidding me? Toast, yeah. So we are coming here with a force, yeah. Blessing.
Big up the world star, ladies. This coming Saturday.
Oh, in a rise and boast. Yeah, we give thanks that we need it the most. We have to give thanks that we really support.
This coming Saturday.
Blessings all from life.
Mi Nuh Business.
We thank God for the journey, the earnings, and us for the plan.
Big up the Global Wave family, you know. Them say pull up from the TOP. If you ever got your 10-pound ticket, get your 10-pound ticket ASAP.
Yeah. But that mean
Service some people, you know. I tell you.
So we are coming here with a force.
It's loading.
Blessings we are reaping, we coursing on full.
Yes, yes.
Oh, in a rise and boast. Yeah, we give thanks that we need it the most. We have to give thanks that we really supposed to be thankful.
All God bless people.
Blessings all from life and we thank God for the journey, the earnings, and us for the plus.
Yes, yes.
And gratitude is a must. Yeah, we see blessings fall by my right hand. Was a toast for the friends that take off every load. One time did sit down in a class and we poured them only said
Some big up coffee.
third form, me say me try a thing.
Yeah.
And you know it formed up to be a fire thing.
Yeah, tell you.
Up on stage with chronic say I sing. Yeah, see me all diggy soon, get the higher ring like hello bro.
Now you want me big up yourself.
Saw your poster spectacular photo.
Big up Becky.
Burniness, that's
This coming Saturday.
about to pass through your shot to get ball in a life, man.
Big up each and every one.
We thank God for the
One to them. One to them.
Pull up from the TOP this coming Saturday.
ball in a life.
It's gonna be a roadblock event. People, if you ever get a ticket, get your ticket now.
Go on with it.
For me, get a ticket today, you can come in and out. If you don't have a ticket, I'm sorry for you, I swear. Lady Deborah birthday party this coming Saturday. Party called Mi Nuh Business.
Go on with it. Go on with it.
Orthodox, big up yourself. Ella, big up. Global Wave family, big up, you know.
So we are coming here with a full.
Watch it out.
Blessings we are
You know the mad son I got there, don't.
I say you're a star.
Oh, in a rise and boast.
I love a girl and no
Yeah,
star.
we give thanks that we need it the most. We have to give thanks that we really supposed to be thankful.
Blessing.
It's all from life and
Yeah, I tell you.
thank God
Bye to each and every one.
for us for the plan.
See you this coming Saturday.
You is a man
Remember, no smoking, no wood.
by my right hand.
Please come out smelling good.
With the friends that take off every load. One time did sit down in a class and we poured them only said the road and we
It's gonna be a party.
third form, me say me try a thing.
Yes.
And you know it formed up to be a fire thing.
Yes.
Now up on stage with chronic say I sing. Yeah, see me all diggy soon, get the higher ring.
I'ma say hello.
brother. Say I to shut ya. Saw your poster, spectacular photo. Keep it burning, yes, that's the motto. If me the
A lovely weekend in a beautiful hotel.
So, just a break, people. We need a break. You understand?
A lovely weekend in a beautiful hotel.
So, just a break, people. We need a break.
No one can. No one can. Yes. Yes, you've been with me right through the rough. And you know.
Pickings, this is a big one. Winter, summer, autumn, spring. Oh, love, it has no end. We go all through 4 seasons. My lover and a friend.
My name is L.A. Gray, and I'm 5 generations of L.A. Grays. My great-great-grandfather was taken from Sierra Leone, and from Sierra Leone he ended up in Cuba as a slave all his life. It's like,
before. I may do that. Yeah? Yeah, I think so. Right?
Upgrade long time. I'm Mary James, I carry the Glock 5. Boop, boop.
Oh, I can't even give it a 10. This is past a 10. Come and see the next series. This is a great movie. What we have to support each other.
Contract, badness just pay. Badness upgrade.
I think it was very good. The cliffhanger, now I'm gonna go home and imagine what's gonna happen next.
Good vibe. Like you hear people reaction, and people laughed and.
So far, so good. They have done an amazing job, a really, really amazing job.
In the film, I play Marcel, Bolo's son.
Yes, my on-screen son, I play Bolo's wife. Ayana is my character.
One badness, that would be. I want to see the rest of it.
It's a good look. What's up, man?
Badness upgrade. Badness